the thing that we got knocked a little bit on in some of the reviews. It was hard to see. The game would have been more enjoyable if people could actually see it. And I've got I was very tempted when I first started thinking about this mega texture stuff on there, and when I had my first sort of run through up on there, I'm thinking it would be awesome to go and build rebuild Doom Resurrection with the mega texture. So it looks awesome, and that was kind of me thinking I've got some technology that I'm proud of that I want to kind of get out onto a product there. But we did make the decision to go ahead and build the new Rage game and kind of blaze some new paths with that. But I get all these times when the technology in a lot of cases, is the easy part of doing that, where we've got this, okay, it's awesome, but now we have to go through this whole process of building the big products with it. So I know it's one of the other major things along with Too Damn Dark is that people would nick it about being a technology company, which I never thought was fair, and Rage is, it's going to be well put down with all that, where Rage is so much about not just play on the technology, and it wouldn't have, if we wanted to just do a technology demo, we could have shipped something a couple of years ago. There's a lot more design work that goes into all of this. But the aesthetic sense on what we can do with all of these things, that's not clear, where I have my things that I'm good at on the technology side, and there are certain things that I care about with aliasing and a different way things appeal that I'm not going to override an artist on this. But sometimes I do get these frustrated points where in Rage, I think that some of the things that are least attractive are lots of little spindly things, lattice works and antennas and wires. And part of that is because of a technology limitation, where if you look at, okay, concept art, this is cool, everybody agrees this is cool, but when you put it in here, we are running without anti-aliasing on the consoles on there, so these little tiny things wind up turning into an aliasy pixely mess. But it's only when you move. You stop on there and you've got the edges there. It looks good as a piece of static artwork there, but I harp a little bit on, I wish this was a little bit better. And there are technical solutions where maybe one of these days we'll write a wire shader that does nicely anti-alias telephone wires, but there have been some interesting cases where it's clear when you have enough resources, when you can wind up taking out lots and lots of stuff and nobody notices. The iPhone map has 1% of the triangles of the map that it was based on in Doom. So we had one of the level designers take Dam Facility, one of the Rage maps on there. They said, okay, just chop this thing way down, keep the surfaces good, make it look cool with the textures on there. And they went in and they cut it down. Most of those scenes were like 1,500 triangles. And you're running Rage on there, and we're rendering 150,000 triangles. Clearly, there are some things that are not getting huge benefit for their counts. But you do wind up limiting what you wind up doing on there. Like you make beautiful boxes, lots of big flat stuff that has really gorgeous artwork plastered all over it. You do not try to do the gelatinous oozing slime that that's made out of 100,000 triangles on there. So the extra triangles let us do different things, but it has to be in the service of, is this thing that you're doing going to really make people go wow? And another kind of interesting tool that we do sometimes in Rage is we have a way of splitting out things that are analytically identified as detail, things that are very small, not major occluders, and this winds up catching all of handrails and antennas and things like that. And a lot of times we can wind up just we can toggle that C-bar and say, let people run through it and nobody notices. Like all of this stuff vanished. This is stuff that, as programmers, we're killing ourselves right now trying to get all of this stuff to fit and run properly on Wasteland. We're like, can we just make a lot of it vanish? Nobody actually notices. Are we wasting a few more time? Okay, so go ahead and take some time for Q&A.